Hey there, Leo. How's it going? Welcome to your March 21st weekly tarot reading, your horoscope reading. Let's look into your 7-day forecast, see what's going on here. All right, we got the King of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the High Priestess here. All right. So got the Star, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Cups, and your challenge for the week is going to be the Six of Swords here. All right. Okay, so already out of the gate here, we're seeing a lot of emotion here with the King of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the High Priestess here, because High Priestess can represent Pisces, which is a water sign, which represents cups. So could be dealing with a Pisces this week, especially with the King of Cups here, again, kind of reinforcing that. Could also be a Cancer or Scorpio too here this week. Well, very likely a Pisces here. Your general challenge for the week is the Six of Swords. So I feel like your challenge is kind of going to be really being patient, really trying to endure. Like, it's going to be a bit of a trying time. I feel like you might have been bringing this energy into this week as well. That's kind of like I feel like you're moving towards a better place. Like, we're trending in a positive direction, but it's just going to be a little more touch and go until we get to where we need to be. And speaking of like kind of the rough waters, you can see therein the King of Cups also starting things off is in rough waters as well. But with the King of Cups, he's kind of been there, done that. And I feel like that's really you for right now here, Leo. It's kind of your like, well, I'm just in it anyway, right? When you're wet, you might as well keep swimming. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like you're kind of in that attitude right now. Like, it's rough, but I feel like it's easing off to a point where you're noticing it. Like, you're noticing the tensions kind of come down here. We're moving into the Five of Pentacles, though, and the Five of Pentacles is really telling you to focus on the positives here. Don't draw attention to the negatives, right? And I feel like there might be help here if you're willing to ask for it, right? A lot of people, they kind of, you want to be that tough person, you don't want to, you get like my family, holy jumpins, are people who really don't want to bother other people with their problems. And that can kind of feed into the Five of Pentacles as well. But you can see these two here, they're kind of injured and they're dinged up here. And you can see they're walking past a church with that stained glass window. And really that's saying they can ask for sanctuary if they're willing to. They can come out of the cold, come out of the snow here, if they're willing to ask for help. And I feel like that might be something really helpful for you. It's like, maybe just ask for help and that'll kind of expedite this a bit, right? Speed things up for you here, which I think is really beautiful. Again, things moving slow this week too with the Knight of Pentacles if you decide not to ask for help. Because the Knight of Pentacles just trust the process, moving slow and steady wins the race, right? It's just moving at a snail's pace if you have to, but we're moving forward. Again, that's Six of Swords where we're talking about you're moving forward. But again, it's just like we're still in the rough waters, but it is slow going. So again, just being aware of that. With the Knight of Pentacles too, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus this week. Gemini Christmas. It could especially be a Taurus because we have the Hierophant here a little later on. We'll get to him in just a moment, but the Hierophant is Taurus's card. So moving right along, we have the High Priestess here. As I said before, it's Pisces card. Really, the High Priestess talks about how things come and go in cycles and phases. You can see she has the moon here under her hand, and her crown here represents the moon. You can kind of look at her horns as kind of crescent moons and her crown itself as a full moon. So it's to say like things come and go in phases, right? There are peaks and valleys in our lives. There are, kind of transitional moments. And right now, you're kind of in a bit of a rough patch, but you're heading towards a good one. So again, that theme is very ever present. I feel like regardless of whether you ask for help or not this week, it's still going to progress you in a positive way. Like, you're still going to get there. It's just, again, I feel like asking for help with that Five of Pentacles is really going to speed things up for you and really help you out. Moving right along here to the High Priestess, or the High Priestess, from the High Priestess to the Star. The Star is all about your wishes coming true, your dreams coming true, even having a glow up here, right? You're just kind of getting into a better energy. So I feel like that's really looking good for you right now. I feel like you're heading in a positive trend. Like you are, like later on in the week, I feel like you're going to start feeling quite a bit better. I feel like that tension is going to be coming out, especially as we're moving from the Hierophant to the Eight of Cups here too, which is really great. But the Star, again, that glow up energy, you kind of feeling it, kind of being like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good, and I'm going to apply that into my everyday life, which is beautiful. The Hierophant here, which we said was Taurus' card, we said the Star was Aquarius, if I didn't make mention of that, but the Hierophant here is really telling us that you're going to be learning lessons from this. And that's a good idea. Is like throughout this week is to keep your mind open. So what can I learn from this, right? What can I learn from this situation? Because right now it just like, this is kind of just in general, like, you know, you might be dealing with financial worries or maybe having some emotional troubles here with one of these signs I've mentioned already. But what can I learn from this? Like, what's the takeaway here? What is the sort of lesson to be learned here? And the Hierophant really wants you to focus in on that. And I feel like if you do that, it's going to benefit you greatly here into the future. With the Eight of Cups here at the end of the week, this is a card of moving on. We've been moving on here this whole time, slowly but surely, but the Eight of Cups is really saying like at the end of the week, you're going to be really making some progress, if not completely moving on from a situation, which is beautiful. And you're heading into calmer waters, again, with that Six of Swords. Like it's a challenge this week. It's going to be rough, but you are moving on forward into calmer waters. And the Eight of Cups is moving on to the 9 and the 10, to that hopeful future here. So I think that's really beautiful. I almost get a sense of like you've been dealing with a rocky relationship here with that Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. It just feels kind of like that kind of a situation where it's like maybe just a toxic relationship or something like that. But like again, it can be any sort of situation here, as it is a general reading. We don't really have a definitive like, haha, you know. Here we have more Pentacles than anything. More Pentacles and Cups here. So it could be, like, definitely could be a relationship, but with the Pentacles as well, it could just be like a financial worries as well. So let's get some clarifiers going here for you. Hopefully this has been resonating and helping you out here, Leo. If it has been, you can always hit that thumbs up button, helps out the channel a ton. And if you really like what I do here and you're not subscribed already, now's a great time to do so. So let's see what we got here for you. You got the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Swords on your top row. And on the bottom, what do we got for them? Got the Hierophant again. Look at that. And the King of Swords here. Look at that. So yeah, with that Ace of Pentacles, that's great. You're not the first sign this week for fire signs to get an Ace of Pentacles. If you want to go check out Aries reading as well, they also had the Ace of Pentacles in their reading. So something to be aware of. With the Ace of Pentacles though, it's really saying like you're getting ready to start something new. Like there's this idea, this offer is being made to you this week, or this, this sort of opportunity is kind of knocking here for you to do something great, something of real value to build upon here, which I think is really beautiful. With the Five of Cups here as well, I feel like there's, you can still get to where you're trying to get to. Like this isn't a setback. This isn't you taking 10 steps back or something like that. This is just more of like a roadblock or kind of a detour here. It's not you going backwards. It's not you losing out here, right? You can see here with the Five of Cups, you can see here that the cups are sort of knocked over, but there's still 2 cups left. There's still 2 cups standing. And there's also this bridge leading to the town here in the distance. And that's really telling us that there's not all hope is lost. Like you can still do this. You can still achieve what you're trying to achieve. It's just a matter of looking at it from a different perspective here. So I like that a lot. With the Nine of Swords here as well, just saying, yeah, you might be really worrying about whether you can move on or not, or whether you can actually go forward with this. Like you might have a lot of fear and doubt on your mind at this time. But the Nine of Swords is really saying you're in a good position. You just don't really realize it or recognize it at this time with this bed of roses here. It's just saying you're in a good spot. It's just, you may not feel that way. You may feel like, oh man, when's the bottom going to fall out here? But I feel like you're in a good position right now. Like you're getting ready to kind of get slingshotted into the future here, Leo, I feel. We got the Hierophant, the Hierophant re-showing up here reappearing. I'm having a hard time with words today, but showing up again here and clarifying itself too on top of that. So let's really pay attention here. There's a big time lesson to be learned here, maybe even multiple lessons, and I feel like paying attention to that is going to serve you big time here going into the future. And with the King of Swords as well, this is kind of a matter of fact thing here for you. It's very much it's time to move on. It's like we've done all we could here. This was a wash. We're going to move on. We need to move on too. We're not going to accomplish anything from here, right? When I first got into tarot, for instance, as a little story, I first got into tarot. It was during a relationship I was in. It was very, very rocky. It was a very toxic relationship, and I ended up doing like a pick a card reading online. I had never done tarot before, and I did pick a card reading here on YouTube, and the reader said that if you want to be with someone who treats you good, and you want to be with someone who is your perfect person, your soulmate, your divine counterpart, your twin flame, whatever, right? You have to get away from this person who's treating you poorly, because they're not going to change. And I feel like there's a bit of that here too. It's like the King of Swords just kind of matter-of-factly saying, like, if you want to be with your perfect counterpart, your divine counterpart, your twin flame, whatever, or you want to be in a better situation, you need to move on. So let's look at your oracle message to tie this all off here, Leo. See what we got for you. Again, hope this is helping out. Hope this is resonating with you. And let's see what we got for you here. We got the Milk and Honey card, number 51. Let's take a look. All right, Milk and Honey. You've entered a sweet time in your life. Enjoy the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities of the universe. These times are precious, and they only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting yet able to nourish in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. And I feel like you're building up to this. Like, this is kind of like what you're heading to. You're walking into this time of milk and honey because you're deciding that, like, I'm not going to be treated poorly anymore. I'm not going to be in a rocky, unstable situation. I'm not going to put up with this negativity anymore. I'm going to move into something positive here. And it's going to be a real beautiful, beautiful moment for you here, Leo. So hope that helped you out. Hope that resonated with you. Remember, you can check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. And I will see you next time.